As the melody of spring began hitting the high notes, a chorus of discontent rang throughout the streets. On tax day, April 15, 2010, activists gathered in Washington, D.C. to express their concerns for a federal government which they feel is out of touch.
It's been very difficult to get anyone in Washington to answer their phones. This is our fourth trip up here. They're not answering their doors in the halls of Congress.
It's just refreshing to be around like-minded people who want less government, lower taxes, and get the government out of our lives.
In a recent Rasmussen poll, 66% of respondents said they thought America was overtaxed. A recent Gallup poll indicated that 68% expected federal income taxes to increase before the end of President Obama's first term in office. So where would the money go?
The personal income tax tends to pay for all the parts of government that aren't Social Security or Medicare or the entitlements. So the Defense Department, all the various appropriations bills that pay for the normal spending of government, as well as interest on the national debt. That's all paid for by the personal income tax, as well as any deficit spending we do. But if you take a look at President Obama's budget, this overspending that they're doing, which is building on the overspending that President Bush did, especially in the second term of the Bush administration, is going to create a national debt that is going to almost equal 100% of our entire economy.
It's pretty easy. Quit spending. I've got a budget that my business has to abide by. My home has a budget. They have no budget. It's ridiculous.
They completely have run over the Constitution. They don't really care what the principles of this country were founded on.
Constitutional principles. A concept that is often discussed by one member of Congress who wants to get rid of the income tax altogether. On April 30th, 2009, Congressman Ron Paul gave a speech introducing a new amendment to the Constitution, which would have repealed the 16th Amendment. He said, "The 16th Amendment gives the federal government a direct claim on the lives of American citizens by enabling Congress to levy a direct tax on individuals." Up until 1913, when the 16th Amendment was added to the Constitution, the Supreme Court consistently held that Congress had no right to collect an income tax.
If we don't have the rights to the fruits of our labor, that's theft. And undermines the basis of society. If we don't have the rights to contract with others, it destroys a natural inclination to work together in a cooperative fashion for the benefit of all parties. The income tax has allowed government to get much, much larger, and because it's taken out of our paycheck before we actually get it, and it's done so on a weekly basis, a lot of people don't really know what their true tax burden is, and all the secondary effects, of course, are completely unknown to most people. It's not just the money that is being taken away from consumers and that they're not able to spend. It's the discouragement of production on the production side of the economy, meaning that the overall pie in the economy is being shrunk through disincentives from taxation by the fact that the government is taking a larger and larger slice of the pie for itself.
Government doesn't have any money. They don't make money. It's all of us, the private economy. We're the ones that make the money. We're the ones that are the producers. They're the consumers. They consume what we produce.
Prior to the income tax, the federal government was funded through targeted excise taxes and tariffs. Many programs that are currently handled on the federal level had previously been maintained locally by states and voluntary institutions. Today, we see a federal government that continues to grow while increasing spending at the taxpayer's expense.
Well, they're saying everything's better, and then last night, or this morning, we heard 40,000 more people than they expected filed for unemployment. They say things are getting better, and they're not.
On the night of the tax day protest, President Obama was attending a Democratic national fundraiser in Miami, where he told supporters, "I've been a little amused over the last couple of days where people have been having these rallies about taxes. You would think they would be saying, thank you."
The tax relief that's in Obamacare is, for individuals, it's a tax credit to purchase health insurance. And that tax credit phases out based on income. So for single people making more than $40,000 and families of four making more than about $90,000, there is no tax relief at all. for those people. There's only the tax increases. So there are plenty of families making between, let's say, $90,000 and $250,000 a year who will only see tax increases. That is completely in violation of what President Obama's promise was that no family would see their taxes go up. For some families, absolutely it will be tax relief. For some families, it will be a wash. But there are going to be millions of families making less than $250,000 a year that are going to see pretty large tax increases under his proposals.
They do not care, they're power hungry, and they think this is just a bunch of right-wing whack jobs, and there are more normal people here than, I just am so proud to be here with these people that believe in the Constitution and believe in the American dream.
They're all corrupt up there, and we need to vote them all out. Vote them out in November. Bring your family, your friends, your kids, your grandma, your grandpa, and vote them out.
While the politicians in Washington continue marching to the beat of their own drum, it seems many Americans have started to sing a different tune.